What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Demonic, and I'm back with another banger. As you guys can see by the Dookie Brown plate, I'm on a new build. This is a 6'6" two-way perimeter playmaker. Now, if you're not a returning subscriber and you're new, every last one of my games is with rec randoms. If you're a returning subscriber, you already know I've been playing a lot on my 6'8" center build, but I decided to go ahead and make another new point guard build to go into the rec randoms with. And I gotta apologize to some of you guys because in my last video, I said something that I gotta take back, man. I was talking about how the inside bigs are a liability, and honestly, after playing with this inside center on my team, I take that statement back because if you really know what you're doing, this gameplay is gonna prove as well that you can compete with the inside center. So I gotta give a shout out to Doughboy_318. You can see he's shooting 75% from the field and he's averaging nearly a triple double. Now, as you guys can see, I'm averaging 28 points per game and 9 assists, and I'm shooting 71% from 3 on this build. The point guard that I'm matched up against is a gold plate. He's averaging about 16 points per game along with 8 assists, and he's a 6'5". Now, the purpose of me dropping this video is because I'm going to be dropping a build video on how I made this build on Friday at 9 a.m. So if you're interested in making a build similar to this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the post notifications. I wanted to drop some content on the build because the video that I made on the build doesn't have any content, and I wanted to show you guys what the build can do. I didn't want to just drop a build video and not show you guys that the build can really compete in a game where you're playing against some decent players. I already have a feeling that some people are going to have some negative things to say about my build, but I'm telling you right now, this build fits my playstyle perfectly, and this game is going to prove it. You guys know that I love playing on my 6'8" center build, but I also love playing at the point guard position even more. Now, as the power forward misses his second wide open 3, the center gets a nice offensive rebound, which leads to me getting an open corner 3. And you already know it's buttery, man. Now, I gotta talk about that power forward for just a quick second. He did something that really irritated me this game, man. I cannot stand whenever I'm feeding the open man consistently all game long, and he's gonna get on the mic and talk about, you guys gotta hit me when I'm open, you guys gotta hit me when I'm open, and then you shoot 1 for 7 on open shots. Now, the game before this, I played with him and he played pretty good, but against a good team, man, he was really selling. I'm telling you guys right now, I think he was the reason we lost this game, and I hate to say it, but that's the truth. I feel like I have pretty good vision for a point guard. I'm always looking to pass to the open man. As you can see here, I hit the small forward in the corner for an open 3. And I already know if you go into the rec randoms and you're not able to pass the ball to the open man as a point guard, you're going to get a lot of negative feedback from your teammates. That's why I made this build with a 91 passing accuracy. Now, in the time of this video, as you saw, I was an 89 overall. So this was a rebirth and I only have an 89, but I'm still able to facilitate. Even though I only have mostly silver badges, this was maybe my 3rd or 4th game. As you see, I hit this fadeaway from the mid-range. The build has a 90 mid-range, so I get gold mini magician. The build also has a 94 perimeter. As you can see, I'm switching exactly when I'm supposed to. When the center switches off to the guard running into the paint, I'm staying at the top of the key, and I'm switching off to my teammates too. Unfortunately, they still get a bucket. My build doesn't have any interior defense, but if you know how to switch, you're going to make up for it. With that 94 perimeter, if you play this game, you know how toxic that can be. You're going to have a bunch of Hall of Fame defensive badges, including Challenger. You're going to have gold pick dodger, gold clamps. I've played with a different 6'6" point guard build that has a shorter wingspan for a high 3 ball with just an 87 perimeter. And I'm telling you, the difference with this build is astronomical. I don't even know if that's the right word to use, but we're just going to go with it. As you can see right here, it comes in clutch with that gold Challenger. I don't even have Hall of Fame yet, and I'm able to get a contest on that 6'8" center. I hit the open man in the corner. Unfortunately, he throws up a brick. Now, I wanted to show you guys this possession real quick because, like I said, my build doesn't have interior. But if you're playing with someone who has the IQ to know when to switch, you're going to be absolutely fine. Now, every once and again, you might get matched up against somebody who's absolutely rim running the hell out of you, and it's going to lead to them getting a lot of dunks. But you're going to be able to make up for it in a lot of different ways, I promise. If I do get matched up against somebody who's absolutely destroying me on the offensive end, most of the time, I'm going to be able to get buckets on them whenever I have the ball as well, I promise. As you guys can see, I just knocked down that fadeaway from the mid-range. The mid-range game is absolutely deadly this year. It's super cheesy. If you master it, it is really hard to guard, I promise. And that's one thing that I wanted to talk about in this video, because some people are going to have some negative things to say about the finishing on my build. My build only has a 74 driving layup, but I'm telling you guys right now, I don't need anything more to be able to get a bucket, and you're going to see that in this game. Now check this out, I accidentally throw a turnover, and like I said, my build has absolutely no interior, but it has a 7-foot wingspan. At the 6'6" position, I'm still able to get some stops just by staying in front of them. I'm also really fast, so I'm able to cut them off whenever they're running to the rim, and if I cut them off in time, it stops them from getting an easy bucket. Now once again, check this out, look at what this power forward is throwing up with that slow jump shot. And this is the guy that was complaining about not getting the ball. That is what's crazy to me. But once again, shout out to this center because he was playing his ass off. The amount of second chance opportunities he got us was crazy. As you can see, he got another offensive rebound. Unfortunately, they get a steal. But I make a high IQ play and I foul this guy on the fast break to stop them from getting an easy bucket. Now, once again, that 94 perimeter coming in clutch, forcing him to pass out of that shot. Unfortunately, they pass it to the corner, and this guy gets an and one on the driving layup. Now, as you guys can see, this is a close game all the way through, so I was trying really hard to make as many good decisions as I could, especially as the point guard. It is extremely important that I don't turn the ball over and I take good shots and I feed my teammates where they need to be fed, just like that. Now, another thing I wanted to point out, you guys know I've been playing on my center build for at least the last month, and the fact that I'm able to get on a point guard in my first few games and compete like this shows how versatile of a player I am. And I'm not trying to be cocky, I don't have a big ego or anything like that. I know there's other players that are better than me out there, of course, but I do feel like I'm a really good player that can play at pretty much any position. I honestly used to only play park, but playing with the rec randoms has become a lot of fun to me. I don't know why, but I love playing on the rec randoms. As you can see, I throw up a fade right here. It's a good shot, but unfortunately I miss. And then once again, that 94 perimeter, I'm able to get a contest and make him miss that shot. Unfortunately on that possession, our small forward misses a dunk, and even without steal, I'm able to get a stop for our team on that possession. Now, as the shooting guard throws up a really bad shot, the center gets once again another offensive rebound for our team. He kicks it out to me on the corner, and then I kick it out to the guy on the wing. Once again, I get the ball back in the mid-range, and you already know, it's buttery, man. Somebody get me some toast because I'm completely locked in. That was 38% contested, and I have gold deadeye and gold blinders, so I'm telling you right now, that combined with that 90 mid-range is a game changer. I am absolutely in love with this build, man. It fits my playstyle so perfectly. As you can see right here, I missed this shot, but it's all good, man. Once again, the center gets another offensive rebound, and it leaves our team getting an open three. So like I said, shout out to the big man. He makes me take back my statement about those inside bigs being a liability. You just got to really know how to play with them, as I hit another open three in the corner. But I do have to say, if you are an inside big, you have to have some really high IQ, and you got to be able to do stuff like that, finishing in the paint on the offensive rebound. You got to know when to take good shots, and that's exactly what this guy did. Once again, he gets another offensive rebound and he goes up and gets us another two. I feel like me and the center were doing as much as we possibly could to win this game. Unfortunately, I feel like our teammates were making a little bit too many mistakes. Obviously, I made a few mistakes as well, but I definitely made up for it for the mistakes that I made. And then some of the mistakes that they made were pretty questionable. And as you guys know, if you play this game, when you make a mistake, 2K makes you pay for it, especially on the fast break. As you can see, they're catching back up. It's 47-42. Now check this out. Once again, the shooting guard throws up a fadeaway from the top of the key and bricks it. And on the fast break, like I said, I have no interior, but somehow with that 7-foot wingspan, I'm able to get a block for our team. I have absolutely no interior defense. I should have shot a fade right here, but I decided to hit the power forward, which was a mistake. And then he kicks it out to the small forward, who kicks it to the other team immediately once again. So you guys can see, they're starting to catch back up. On this possession, the switches were just bad, and they get an open shot from the top of the key. Right here, I force up a pretty bad shot too. Like I said, I make mistakes too, and it leads to the point guard getting an open three on the fast break. It's 47-47. Going into the fourth quarter, I should have held that for the last shot, so that was definitely a bad mistake. Now, once again, I hit the open man triangle once again, who breaks it, and this is the guy that was crying about getting the ball. I'm not trying to dog him too much though, so we're gonna go on to this next possession, and you're gonna see once again that 94 perimeter coming in clutch, man. Once I get that gold pick dodger and get Hall of Fame challenger, I'm gonna be able to get even more stops on the defensive end. As you can see right there, once again I make a mistake. I turn the ball over, which leads to them getting an open three on the fast break. So like I said, I'm not perfect either, but I make up for it in other ways. Like I said, I make a nice mid-range shot right there. Now check this out, 2K sells us on this possession. I thought this guy got a steal. I dropped to help with the center on the wing, and it leads to my point guard getting a wide open three. With that sharp take, he's gonna knock that down every time. Once again, that center helping us out in the paint, taking really good shots, not forcing up anything dumb. This guy was really smart and really good. I give you mad props. Now my build has no steal, but if you're able to time those swipes and stuff like that, I promise you're still gonna get steals from time to time. And unfortunately, once again, I turned the ball over. Like I said, I'm not perfect. I probably should have stopped and pulled up. And once again, that leads to them getting an open three on the fast break. That's why making a mistake is so bad in this game. Fortunately, I make up for it. I get us another mid-range shot. I was trying to pull up from three on that possession. If you're wondering, my build has an 86 three ball, so I get Silver Agent 3. And combined with that takeover right there, you already know I'm not missing that. Now, like I said, this is a rebirth, so I'm not perfect. I'm still learning how to play on this build. You see, I missed that shot, and once again, the center gets an offensive rebound, which leads to the small forward hitting a nice behind the back corner three. But like I said, this is a new build. I don't have any hot zones. I don't have all my badges yet. I'm still learning how to play on this build, and you guys can already see what I'm doing just within my first few games on this build. Now, this is a close game. I picked my dribble up, so I decided to hit the guy with Mamba, who hits a nice mid-range fade. So that's another thing you got to think about in those situations. Whenever you are put in a spot like that, you got to make the right pass to the right person. Now, as you guys can see, on this possession, it's 63-59 with a minute and 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So we're in a really good position to win this game. And we're playing some really good defense right here. Everybody's switching like they're supposed to. Everybody's on their man, and nobody's giving up anything open from three. I know they were definitely trying to three hunt at this point in the game, and with 3 seconds left, they have to force a bad shot, which leads to me getting a wide open fast break layup. Like I said, I have a 74 driving layup, and I have absolutely not upgraded any of it, so my layup is as low as possible. But you guys know how the rec randoms go. They get a wide open three in the corner at 65-62. On this possession, I'm being real patient. I hit the small forward, and he gets a nice mid-range shot. So we're up by 5 with just 55 seconds left. And you guys can see my mic is on. I'm telling my team, no matter what, don't give up an open three. And right here, this guy gets an offensive rebound, and this is where things changed. This guy hits the guy in the corner, and he gets a three. You already know, man. So now it's a 2-point game with 2 possessions left in the game. So now we have to score no matter what. It's 67-65, and you already know we got to get a bucket. So I go to the spin jumper. I was hoping the center would give me the ball back, but he passes it to the guy on the cut, and he throws up a 4th shot. And this was crazy right here. This is probably why we lost the game on this possession. This guy gets called for a foul on the contest, and you already know he knocks down all 3 free throws, so it's 68-67. Now, check this out right here. I want you guys to listen. Even though the power forward's been selling all game, you can hear me tell him, triangle, pick and pop. And let me remind you, this is the guy that was crying about not getting the ball. And this play works out perfectly. So like I said, I just want you guys to listen.
Triangle, pick and pop. Double pick. Pop that. Oh. Roll.
It's always the ones that are crying, man. I don't understand it. He should have easily been able to pull that with sharp takeover especially. So we have to foul. And guess what? The game is not over because Demonic is on this team. And the guy had the nerve to get on the mic and say, well, this game is over. But guess what? You already know what time it is, man. I catch the ball at the top of the wing and I go to that corner fade and you already know it's buttery, man. A nasty game-tying fadeaway 3 to send it into overtime. Unfortunately, overtime did not go real well. I was still fighting my ass off to come back in this game. But for whatever reason, you can see Circles just standing back there, so it's 4-on-5, and it's making us struggle, man. I don't know why he wasn't playing at this point in the game. It leads to the power forward getting the ball once again in the corner, and he drives, even though he could have shot that, and gets snatch blocked. So you can tell this guy isn't confident in shooting. And I'm going to tell you right now, the reason why is because his jump shot is so slow. You got to have max speed on your jump shot. You got to have a fast jumper if you're going to play this game. I'm telling you right now, if you're playing against a good team, you got to have that. Even wide open, he misses once again because he's not confident in shooting the ball. And after doing all that crying, you can see he's sitting in the back not playing. And once again, it was 4-on-5, so we're down 79-70. And you can see he's giving up. He's quitting the game. He's not moving. So I'm thinking to myself, I never give up, and we still got a chance, especially after that 3-point fadeaway from the shooting guard. And on top of that, you guys already know the AI shoots better than some of these bots do anyways. And they play better defense. Unfortunately, our team was not. As you can see, they got a nice, easy fast break bucket once again, and the center is fighting for his life with a nasty drop step. And on this possession, he plays good defense, and then I pull up a nasty 3 from the top of the key with that goal blinders kicking in. And as you can see, they call a timeout. They're getting nervous. This guy forces up a bad shot, and the center hits me in the corner for another open 3. And all of a sudden, it's a 3-point game again. This is why you never give up, because every possession matters. You can easily come back from a game, even being down 10 with a couple minutes left. But unfortunately, the center gets an open 3 in the corner, and that was pretty much it for us. I got 34 points and 10 assists, and we end up losing this game. Now, like I said, if you want to see this build and how I made it, the video will be dropping at 9 o'clock a.m. on Friday. The video is already uploaded and it's premiering, so if you turn on the post notifications, you won't miss it. But as you guys can see, I also held my opponent to 21 points on 5 for 10 shooting and 4 for 8 from 3. So this build is able to compete defensively. And on top of that, I put up 34 points compared to his 21. Now, before I go, please don't forget to hit the like button. And if you're new, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate every last one of you guys. Demonic's out.